Hi, Ellie. It's such a pleasure to be here today to congratulate you on your retirement. I suppose for you, as it was for me, we never thought we would retire, but actually there comes a time when you just decide it is right. And I'm 3 years out from retirement and working harder than ever. I'm so pleased to be included in this group. And I know you asked for some scientific presentation, but having not seen clinical patients for a while and not being a researcher other than my brief decade of preterm research a number of years ago, I thought I would just make a few comments because there is an area of interest that is so important to me, and that is preschooler evaluation. I've evaluated preschoolers, as you might know, since the 1970s. I didn't know for a few decades that other pediatric neuropsychologists in other areas were not going down that young in age, but it was my beginning of my career. And I have a great fondness for the preschoolers. And I've always believed that a preschooler evaluation is not about testing. It's about what we know as a neuropsychologist that we can apply to someone who's still in an active stage of development. And it's been a fascinating career to have that opportunity to see the little ones grow up, even though I've been a lifespan neuropsychologist. I'm going to make just a few comments in that I wanted to remind people who might be seeing preschoolers to remember that they're so very different than children who are in school. They come from a very different place with a different understanding of what an assessment is like. And more importantly, perhaps, is even that the examiner has to think like a preschooler. So I want to give you one example of something I did that I never published. I was really interested in all the verbal fluency papers that had come out, and how Troyer had analyzed retrieval. And I also looked at all the papers that pediatric people had subsequently done, and spoke to a number of them on the phone, and they had told me that they were actually not entirely comfortable with doing that kind of a test for a very young child, even though it was such a beautifully designed procedure for older and adults. And so what I did was I made, I'm really sorry I could never publish this, but when we were retrieving names of animals from children, I asked that the examiners accept any animal, not even a real one, that they accept the ones that were in movies and social media. And what we found informally was that suddenly, where a child had difficulty naming some of the animals that were outside of a zoo, they really could come up with quite a few number of animals that they read in books and saw in the movies. And so our data turned out to be quite different than some of the other researchers who were looking at children. So I just wanted to mention that because it's unpublished, and I've always, been sorry I never got to it. And if anyone is interested in the preschooler battery I did for the preterm children, I'm more than happy to share that. It was pretty extensive and really worked very beautifully because I really pulled apart what tests I needed to really look at the diagnostic group. And I found that it worked a lot better than doing full standard batteries. So preschoolers is an area I love, and I hope someone listening to it it's an area they love as well. And the other aspect of this would be the spatial location memory test that I developed, which has been published. And that was an extension of what Jason Brandt had done with dementia patients. And he allowed me to take the test and redesign it. And I put it on a red background and made it simpler for the children. And I have to say, 3-year-olds absolutely loved it. I still suspect it was because it had a red background. So I want to wish you well. I hope I am still going to see you somehow. And I wish you and Tamara the best and a long and healthy retirement. Thank you.